lighting up. It takes on a whole new meaning when you're behind the wheel smoking pot and see police lights. If our drug recognition officers catch you driving under the influence of marijuana, you'll get a suspended license, up to $6,300 in fines, and possibly jail time. A DUI always costs you, and it's never worth it. Don't let a DUI redefine you. Visit arrivealive.de.com/drivesober.
Hi, I'm stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Context is key. Hello, Demis.
Hello, everyone.
Don't you know? Wish you knew what we were talking about.
How are you?
I am fine. I woke up in the worst mood today, but I got off of work and was like, I'm still in a bad mood, but because I'm like on my way home, I'm just in a better mood.
Good.
I almost punched a person on the train.
What?
There were just so many people on the train today that I was like, have you never been in public before?
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Like, the red line was really crowded because there's a Cubs game or whatever, and it's 5 o'clock, and so we're all on this train. Oh, I think it was the blue line, but still, whatever. I have to take both of them. Who cares? So we're all on this train, and it comes to a stop where a lot of people are getting on, and so, like, a bunch of us are, like, moving to the center, right? But, like, we're moving kind of slowly because, like, there were a bunch of people. And there was, like, an older woman who, like, I don't think rides the train that often because she looked very confused. And so we were moving kind of slow. And this fucking big white neckbeard with his big backpack just shoved his body and was like, can you guys move to the middle? And I was like, we are moving to the middle. And then he, like, pushed me out of the way. And I was like, you're a fucking prick. And then he, like, said something. And I was like, fuck you. And then I just, like, seethed, and I was watching Lucha on my phone, and he was like looking over my shoulder, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do one of these moves to you right now.
Right.
I'm going to pile drive you if you don't walk away from me. And then when I got off the red line to transfer to the blue line, we're getting off, and this fucking hippy dippy white lady with dreadlocks and all of her dumb hippie kids just stopped and stood in front of the escalator that goes up. And I was like, are you serious? And she goes, sorry, and didn't move. She just said, sorry. Like, I understand what I'm doing, but I'm not going to move. And I just yelled, move. She's like, screamed, move. She kind of moved. I just, like, shoved my body through. But, like, that's the point. Like, she was not moving.
No.
I was moving on the train.
Right? Like, I will push you down.
I had my backpack in front of me. I was like taking up as little space as possible, and fucking Broham is just like, put a big backpack. Can you always move?
Yep.
So I almost killed people on the train. I told Nick, I was like, if I ever lose it on the train, will you bail me out? It's like if I rip a white lady's dreadlocks out.
Ooh, how satisfying would that be? Just to grab one and just like yank as hard as you can. I bet you could pull it out.
That's, yes.
Oh, God, that would be so satisfying.
I mean, it would definitely bleed. That's a lot of hair.
That's fine.
That's terrible. Don't rip people's dreadlocks out, I mean, white or not.
I would never rip a person's dreadlocks out who was not white. Let's just be very clear about that.
But let's not rip out people's hair.
Yeah, I know, but it's like an irritating...
I was joking. You seem really dead set on ripping somebody's hair out of their head.
If they deserve it. If there's some idiot white person with dreads and they're being a super asshole in public, would I hesitate to grab their hair and pull it out? Yes. Would I still really want to do it in that moment? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It really would be satisfying.
It would. How are you?
I'm okay. I had a sad day.
Yeah.
My girlfriend moved to Colombia today. The country, not like a city.
The country.
She lives in South America now. We had been dating for Nicole. She was on the show. We've been dating for a little over 3 years, and she got a job teaching at an international high school in Colombia. And so she moved there today. So it was sad, but it was nice to like spend the last couple of days with her. She sold her bed, so she was just staying at my house, which was nice. It was nice to like get to say goodbye and She like cried a bunch last night because she was leaving, and so it was nice to be able to like be there for her for that.
I thought she was moving back home.
She was going to go back to the Philippines. She's an immigrant and didn't want to stay here. Surprise.
Yeah.
But go back to the Philippines. Also terrible right now. Duterte is this job in Colombia reached out to her like 3.5 weeks ago and was like expedited her visa. They got all of her shit together too. So, and they like flew her first class. I was like, oh, you guys had a teacher who bailed like last second.
Yeah.
That's clearly what happened. So yeah, she was just as surprised as everybody else that she was moving to Colombia. But her parents were in the States moving her brother into college in San Diego. So they all are going to Colombia together so that they can like move her into her house.
That's so nice.
I was glad that she's not just like going alone.
Yeah.
Which would be very difficult. So yeah, I did that.
Remember that guy we went to LCC with who was Colombian?
Nicolas.
And he had like really, he never washed his hair and he would always try and make you smell his gross hair.
He was the Macbeth in the production of Macbeth
God.
I was in.
Oh yeah, I remember. Is that the dagger that I see before me? You're doing a whole movement. Because remember, I was the SM.
I remember.
On that show.
Yeah. Remember when he, Mike Grow, they were doing that fight scene because he was Macduff and Nicolas.
Oh, and he actually cut
his hand open. Yeah, and Mike was a like special reserves army man and can literally kill you with his hands. And he had 2 tomahawks in his hand, and he just threw them on the ground and
walked away.
And Nicolas was like, "What, man? What?" And he just put his hand out and was like, "This," and just left and was like, "Yep."
I do remember that. And then Nicolas was like trying to make it about him, and he was like, I just don't want to do the fight scene again. And Mike was like, I'm here to do the fight scene.
Yeah.
And if I'm here, you're gonna be here.
Oh, man.
I just don't want to do it again.
He would like swing that machete. He almost hit the witches in the face a bunch of times. They had to change the witches blocking because he almost hit one of them in the face with a machete, which he cut a person open with at one point. It was a reckless disaster. Hopefully everyone's not like that, I guess.
Yeah. Also, he was a dick.
Also, he was a horrible person.
Yeah, he sucked.
So yeah, it's been a...
Hope you're listening.
Yeah. LOL. But Nicole said that she's signing up for her free 30-day trial of WWE Network because she's going to be in the same time zone. So she was like, I guess I have to keep watching this now. I'm invested. And I was like, yes! My work here is done! Fly free!
That's really funny. And kind of sad. Not
Yeah.
sad, but like something.
She'll be back. She left like a suitcase with me that she was like, next time I come through, I'll take this back. So I'll see her in like December probably. She won't be here for my wedding, which is sad. But
because you and Michael both date her.
Yes,
It's
Michael
not
and I.
just like your
Hey, come to. I mean, that would be fine. I don't care. One of Michael's girlfriends is coming to our wedding. I was like, "You're cool. I like your boyfriend. Both of you come along. Sure, why not?" So it wouldn't be like weird if that was the case. But yes, Michael also dated her. He dropped her off at the airport today. And I was like, I'm glad one of us can drive and do that.
Romantic. Oh yeah, you don't have a driver's license.
No, I don't.
For a different day. What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I am wearing my Stardust shirt because this is literally the only time I will ever wear this shirt on the podcast.
Yeah, when I was getting rid of it, I was like, why are you taking this? I thought you were for sure gonna, and you were like, I'll take it. It's a cool shirt.
Yeah, I like the design on it, and I was like, maybe I'll turn it into a tank top, but it's like more fitted, so I didn't want to do that. And here we are. Cody Rhodes said something that I was like, oh shit, Cody, all right. This is the only time I'll ever wear your shirt, and I'm gonna do it. I couldn't make a decision on anyone else, is basically what happened, and I was like, I'm doing it.
What did he say?
Let's back up a little bit. Cody was very vocal about being a Trump supporter, which we were very vocal about, because fuck that. And also he has a black wife, and I will just never, ever understand that. Like, how the fuck is... I can't even go into that. So anyway... our Cheeto-in-Chief made a proclamation.
I love Cheetos. I hate when people say that. I like legitimately love Cheetos. All kinds of Cheetos. Girl Cheetos, crunchy Cheetos.
Okay, how about...
Side note, we call puffy Cheetos girl Cheetos. I don't know why. We've said it since like middle school. It's fine. They're called girl Cheetos. Just let it go.
I think that the puffy ones are the girl ones.
Yeah.
All right, that's body positive, I guess.
It's a Phil thing, obviously.
Obviously it is. Okay. Whatever. Of course it is.
On our party bus to the Kesha concert that was canceled, I know, my life, we had like 3 bags of Cheetos.
I love it. You had black lipstick on. Why were you eating orange food?
First of all, I had blue lipstick on.
Oh, it looked black in that shot when you were out in the sun. It's very dark.
Second of all, because like, I don't know, Cheetos are delicious.
All right, fair. So our Sienna Satan, he he sent out a proclamation on Twitter, which up until now has been official White House policy, that all transgender members of the service branches were being serviced out and were no longer going to be serving in any capacity, which is bullshit. It's huge bullshit. Yeah. It's 12 to 15,000 people who would be serviced out. When you're serviced out, you're given, it's not a dishonorable discharge, but you're not discharged with honor, so you can't get benefits. The reason that you're discharged is mentally unfit for service, and that goes on everything you apply for after that. Yep. Like, it ruins people's lives. You don't get your scholarship money from the GI Bill if you're serviced out. You can't get any veterans benefits. You can't access any of the, like, veterans insurance. None of that. You just get completely serviced out. So essentially what Trump wanted to do was completely service out all transgender people. Also, side note, related, not really a side note, related to this, one of the people that killed Osama bin Laden, part of that SEAL Team 6, is a trans woman. Is, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he clearly knows nothing. Clearly nothing. Like, we already know that, but you don't even know that? Well, like, that's also crazy.
I mean, it's also not official Pentagon, like, nobody approved it. None of them talked about it.
They all, in the 9-minute wait between the first two tweets, they were like, what the fuck is about to happen? Like, that's crazy. And so the military has, like, curved it. It's weird. I was reading all about it today because I find it legally very fascinating that, like, it's very unusual for the Army to be like, no. Right. We are not doing this until you send us a direct order through the Department of Justice and give us an implementation plan. Like, that is... Normally what would happen is they would be like, okay, how do we do this? And in this case, they're like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Which is, like, scary on a lot of levels, because it, like... A fracture between the military and the, like, federal division of the government isn't going to happen at once. It's stuff like this that's going to build on top of it. So, like, write this in your fascism journal. Like, this is a weird change that has happened. So all of this happens, and Cody Rhodes spoke out about it. His brother, Goldust, has a stepdaughter who is trans, and I don't know why he didn't care about the way Trump treats black people, because he's married to a black woman, but, like, this is his family, and his niece is young, like, that's part of it, like...
Well, and also, like, on the campaign trail, Trump was like, I will protect LGBT.
That's true.
Blah, blah, like,
which we all
you're a fool
knew
if
was
you,
a lie.
Yeah, you're a fool if you believed it.
Right.
But Cody Rhodes is clearly a fool.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, it won't be me and mine, it's gonna be these other people. And, like, I feel like he finally felt the flames of that, which... I'm very torn about that kind of thing. Part of me is like, asshole, why didn't you get on board before now? Like, you had so many chances. There are so many fucking terrible things that this man has said and done. Like, now this is what gets you over because this directly affects you. But on the other side...
argument that, like, I have a mother. Like,
yeah.
Who cares? What about your sister? What about your daughter? You should care about women even if you don't have a daughter.
Just people.
Just people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my sister's not black. I still care about black people. Like, I don't have to be directly related to people to give a shit about them. But apparently Cody does. So part of me is like, I don't want to gatekeep on social issues. There's a lot of people on the left and in, like, liberal political thought that if you weren't with us from the beginning, then fuck you, which is bad. I don't like that people do that. I think, like, people can change. People can evolve, and people can change their thoughts, and people can get on board. And sometimes it is stuff like this that it's like, idiot, can't you see that this affects everyone, for them to get it, to really understand. So, like, I'm like, you're an idiot for not thinking these other things, but I'm on board with you realizing that this shit affects you and everybody. So that's why I wore my Stardust shirt today. What shirt are you wearing?
I'm just wearing my Seth Rollins hoodie because it was on the floor as I was walking out the door. And I was like, oh, I need to wear like a jacket today. Oh, it happens to be wrestling. It was on the floor.
You have a nasty woman shirt on too.
I do have that shirt on. But that's not a wrestling shirt.
That's okay. It's relevant to our lives. I was wearing my Smokey the Bear only you can prevent fascist liars shirt today. And then I changed into this one.
I am lazier than you are.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I care very deeply about my t-shirt choices.
I used to really care.
I don't care about makeup, and so I care about my t-shirts, and, like, that's about it.
I don't care about what I wear to work, and then I come home and I'm like, am I really going to change just to sit here?
Fair. Totally fair.
Let's talk about news.
All right.
The Total Divas cast was announced as expected. Our new cast members are Nia, Carmella, and Alexa.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting. Mm-hmm. Though, like, there have been, like, on social media, all these, like, Total Divas, like, trips, because they always take trips for the show. Mm-hmm. And Nia has not been in any of them. So, like, what the fuck? It's been all Alexa and Carmella.
Huh, weird.
I know.
I wonder how that will go. I bet that there's other stuff that Nia is doing.
I know, I'm sure.
Because Nia doesn't have, like, a long-term partner. So
yeah, but like this is like a girls' trip to Cabo. like there's all these pictures of like Alexa Bliss and Nikki Bella having like a dinner together and like
weird,
inspiring each other. And then there are like pictures of like Natty and Carmella. It's like margaritas or whatever. I don't know.
It's also very possible that E is like, she's in all of this, but maybe let's not put her in the advertising, which is like gross, but also possible.
That's true. And terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible, but like. She is the first big woman who has been on Total Divas, and, like, I'm happy. I think it's great, but I also understand who watches E, so...
That's true.
I wonder if that is part of it.
I just want to see Nia go flirt with men and, like, wreck them in bars. Like, to, like, really take them off guard. Because she, like, she has, like, such, like, a, like, big personality, and, like, her, like, she's so pretty. Like, I could see her, like, going up and flirting with a guy and him being like, I don't know how to respond to you. I want to see her do that.
Yes, I agree.
There's also a release date for Toto Bellas. It's all about pregnancy and marriage, just like we thought.
We knew it. We knew it was going to be like that.
I cannot wait to watch.
I'm very excited about all of it. I'm not normally into that kind of reality television. I will watch it with them.
Yeah, of course. They're the Bellas.
It's the Bellas.
Am I not going to watch something Brie Bella's in?
They created a fucking wrestling dynasty. Of course I'm going to watch this marriage and this baby happen.
I was thinking about... So our friend Courtney Chicago C. Rose just started a solo podcast where she interviews fans about their, like, favorite wrestler. It's called Heart Eyes Pod.
Yes.
And I was, like... thinking about, like, oh, who would I do if I was on it? And in my head, I was like, I think I legitimately would do Brie Bella. I'm, like, legitimately obsessed with her.
It's so funny.
I think the reason I thought of it, because in her, like, description, she was like, you have the platform to convince me and, like, defend your choice. And I was like, I will defend my choice for Brie Bella to the grave. And they are not good reasons.
No. Zero of those reasons involve wrestling.
Though, you know, her last couple matches, she was really trying.
Yeah, it's true. She does try real hard. And some of her moves are very cool and could be really good with a better wrestler.
I love her.
It said that her finisher turned into Lana's finisher because she is not better. Oh, we didn't put that in the show notes. Lana had a meltdown.
Well, I didn't see that.
You didn't? Oh, girl. She had a terrible performance on SmackDown, and then some fans were like, "You were bad." And
I don't understand. I think she is. Honestly, my bar is Eva Marie, and so like she to me is better than Eva Marie. So I'm like, bar achieved. I'm like the opposite of Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm like, my bar is very low.
It's true.
If you can jump, you win. You're above this bar. I don't think she's great, but like, also I think she's doing good character stuff. So I'm like,
her character stuff is really good. She got really sloppy in ring on Tuesday, and you could see it. There were certain points where it was like, ooh, you did not execute that move even at all.
I think I have been watching her, at least because I watched that match, obviously. I think I probably was just watching it from the lens of like, you are supposed to be the bad one in this match.
Yes.
Like, that's the whole, like, that's kind of her gimmick right now. I am the bad one that everyone is rolling their eyes and making fun of, and Tamina is kind of protecting me. So, like, even though, like, she legitimately messed up, like, in my head, I was like, but it kind of worked.
I completely agree.
So I think that's maybe why I wasn't, like, mad. Or, like, I wasn't, like, I mean, do I want to see her get better? Yes, obviously. Like, but
right?
I think, like, that's kind of her gimmick.
Eva Marie moved like paper. Like,
No, paper, like, is graceful if the wind blew.
No, I just mean, like, paper.
I guess, yeah, paper without wind.
Yeah, just paper you stood up.
Eva Marie moved like she had cement in her boots.
Yes. But, like, also just her movements were clunky and awkward, and, like, Lana is fluid. Her movement is really fluid. But I think that's part of her problem, is that she's trying to be too fluid. And
she's trying to, like, dance her
way
she's
through. Trying to dance through these moves, and it's like, not working. It's not going well for her. And apparently she had a huge meltdown and was just like yelling at fans again, but saying it was character work and they're like peasants and but mean stuff again.
When? Online?
Yeah.
Oh, Lana.
Right? I was like, I'm gonna go over and Stella's gonna have another box full of DMs.
I do not have any DMs from Lana right now, so that's great. I don't think we've ever talked about that. I've been DM'd by Lana a lot.
Yes,
we have? Okay.
Yeah.
We have. I didn't know on the pod.
Yeah, we addressed it because people were like, we need to cape for you. Which, good, but also.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, my capacity for, honestly, my capacity is, she's better than Eva Marie. Her gimmick is supposed to be that she's terrible.
Yeah.
That's the amount of, and I'm glad she's still on Total Divas. Those are my,
I know, right?
Those are my 3 investments in Lana. Whatever.
I wish she would just stay off of Twitter for, 24 hours after she's on TV. I think that she would be much more collected.
I can understand. Oh, man, now I just sound like a Lana stan all the time. I'm not. I clearly am not. I am a Brie Bella stan. But I can understand when you're learning this new skill and everybody else around you is so much better at it, and then all these fans chant you suck. You could get in your head and
but I feel like she's.
But you should also maybe not come for people on the internet and then be but I'm a bad guy.
That's not
how it works.
That's not a good idea. You should not do that. Well, I feel like part of it with her too is that she clearly wants to be loved, and
don't we all, Erin?
Well, yes, but people love Kevin Owens. And he's a great heel, and it's because he can separate those things.
Yeah.
My character is not who I am. People attacking my character is not people attacking my character as a person. And it seems like Lana has a blurry line on that. Probably because part of it is her character as a person and feels attacked when people attack it.
I will have to pay closer attention to her wrestling, I guess. But honestly, they're caging it caging it. They're whatever their gimmick is she is bad.
Yes, I agree.
So I don't know what is supposed to be bad and what is actually bad.
Exactly. And I like that blurry line. I like that. I like it.
Inception.
Other news. What else is going on?
Renee Young's a free agent. Whatever.
She's on both shows. All right. Fantastic.
Paige is not gonna have an arrest warrant.
Thank God.
So that's good. Whatever, I don't want to talk about Paige.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of AAA people on Global Force Wrestling, which almost makes me want to watch it, but I'm not going to because fuck the Jarretts. I can't. I want to watch Taya, of course. I want to watch Santa. I want to watch Rosemary. I want to watch all those people. I cannot with the Jarretts.
Yeah. And half those people are going to be gone because AAA fucked them all over too.
Braun Strowman hates the Jarretts. Anything that Braun Strowman hates. I hate Roman. I hate the Jarretts.
Right. I like how the headline about that. So what happened was a bunch of Global Force Wrestling and a bunch of WWE wrestlers wound up in the same bar together. I'm sure it wasn't they just strolled in and were like, oh no, we're in this. I'm sure it was we're all in the same area. We know each other. Let's all go to this common place.
Yeah.
And so they
lots of wrestlers are capable of being friends cross party lines.
Yes, exactly. So Braun Strowman's sitting at the bar drinking, a bunch of other people are around. Karen Jarrett is at the bar, goes up to Braun Strowman and is like, oh my God, Braun Strowman, you're my son's favorite wrestler. Can I get an autograph? And he was rude to her and was like, no, fuck off, basically.
Because she's Karen Jarrett?
No, he didn't know who she was.
Which is worse, to be honest.
Well,
if you knew it was Karen Jarrett and you were like, bitch, step off.
Yes and no, because I feel like you're in this bar with a bunch of wrestlers.
Right.
And they're clearly in there doing other things. And also I feel like if he knew this person is with Global Force Wrestling, you should know better, kind of. They're all out relaxing.
But I'm just saying, Karen Jarrett is a bad person.
Well, yes.
So if you were I specifically don't want to give you an autograph because I hate you and your progeny is probably also a dick.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
So that kid's probably not great.
Well, the thing is that the kid's father is Kurt Angle. And so
I did not know that.
Yes.
That's so funny to me.
So Karen Jarrett is I'm going to tell my son's father, Kurt Angle, that you said this and that you did these things. And so Braun was I'm so sorry that I clearly didn't mean that. I'm so apologetic. Do you want me to get down on my knees and apologize to you? And groveled.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and
That's so funny
like,
to me.
This is presented in this way that, first of all, Karen Jarrett does not have that power. I'm sure if she called Kurt Angle, he'd be like, "Good job, Braun. Fuck that bitch," because fuck that bitch. Honestly, she seems like a terrible person, and so like this was presented as like Braun was a dick to her, and so then had to grovel. And really, what it is Karen Jarrett was pissed that he didn't realize who she was, and then used her son to threaten him. Like, what the fuck? It is so bizarre.
She's a monster.
She is a fucking monster. But that story is
the
hilarious.
True monster among men.
No, fuck you.
Well, there are also some really funny, like, Global Force Wrestling tweets where, like, Mike Bennett made a joke, like, somebody was like, "Oh, you're terrible on SmackDown. Well, you sucked in Global Force Wrestling. You suck in WWE." And he was like, "But this paycheck's nice, though."
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to get paid on time. And then Matt Hardy was like, "It is delightful to get paid on time." Like,
right? Instead of having to hunt your check down for months.
Oh, I mean, the Hardys have been on a trolling roll. But
Ooh, yes, they have.
Trolling roll.
Rebby Hardy, not giving up. She's like, "I will never quit."
I will not quit until you are destroyed.
Right?
She's like the real life, like, Final Deletion. She is all about it.
She will real life delete your ass.
Yeah.
Straight up.
She
will obsolete you so fast.
I mean, they're already obsolete, but like...
True.
True. What you want to talk about first, Gur?
Let's talk about NXT.
All right. So we recorded early last week and recording late this week, so we got double NXT.
Double.
Full disclosure, Erin did not watch the one from last night because she was crying with her girlfriend.
Yes, it's true. So I'm just going to get caught up with the rest of you. That's not a nice way to say it,
because she was crying with her girlfriend.
I know, right? This dumb bitch.
What a wimp.
Oh, I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I do have 2 more news pieces about people going to NXT from the indies. Donovan Dijak had his last, is like doing his last indie tours and is officially going to NXT. And Leo Rush had his last Chicago date on Friday and is going straight to.
And I couldn't go to that show because I had to go to this Kesha concert that I was so excited for, and the Kesha concert was canceled. And honestly, my first thought was like, I could have been at this show.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Kesha. It's not her fault. It's the Weatherman's fault. No, Kesha's the best. Did you listen to her new song?
No, I haven't yet.
She released a new one. It's don't remember the name of it. It's really good. The music video.
Okay.
I think it. Like, Praying is so good, and Woman is fun, but, like, I think this one is my favorite so far.
Really? Okay.
It's just, like, yeah, it's really good.
Anyway, okay, NXT.
2 weeks ago, we opened with Ember versus Ruby Riott.
Awesome. Fun match.
It wasn't a number 1 contendership match, but it was, like, who is more likely to be the number 1 contender? I was confused because I watched them back-to-back. Because I'm lazy, and I was like, I don't gotta watch NXT right away. I'm not gonna. And I was like, wait. When the next episode started, I was like, wait, it wasn't a number 1 contender? I'm confused now.
Yeah, I think it was just Ruby being like, "Bitch, you had your chance,
and
I'm gonna fight you."
Like, no, my chance is now.
My chance never ends.
I am a wolf. I just got to the point in True Blood. I just started watching True Blood.
God.
I got through the first 2 seasons, and now I'm in season 3. And season 3 is when the werewolves happen.
Ooh.
They're like not fun. They're like all Nazis. Oh. I'm only like 2 episodes in. I'm sure there are some fun werewolves.
Are there like 7 seasons of that show?
Yeah, but the good thing about HBO seasons is that they're only like 12 episodes long. There's 7 seasons of The Vampire Diaries, and they are 23 episodes long. So I'm like, I'm still in like season 3 of The Vampire Diaries.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, I am in season 3 of True Blood, and I started that a week ago. That's 1 season of Vampire Diaries.
Too much. I can't watch network television like that on binge. If I don't watch it live, I'm just not going to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still behind on Arrow and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so.
Yeah, I just can't do 20 episode seasons anymore.
It's a lot.
I would rather have a 12 episode season and just have to wait a whole year.
Me too.
Absolutely.
For sure. Ugh. Anyways, werewolves, Ember's a werewolf, or something.
It was all related.
I thought this match was fucking great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I love the opening. I know it's like very played out, like, oh, we're gonna each do these moves, and then
it's WWE style.
But I like this one because it wasn't like do a flip, miss a flip, do a kick, miss a kick. It was like I pin you, you pin me, and it was like 1.5 minutes long, and it was a bunch of different pins, and they were all sick, and they were all great.
Yeah. Yep.
And I loved how Ember had the face of like, yeah, this is competition. And Ruby like had that face, but she was also like, but I'm also angry at you.
Yeah.
So that was also like good, like ring psychology character work.
Yes, I agree.
I also want to know what lipstick Ruby Riott is wearing. And I want to know what lipstick Emma is wearing, because they're wearing really dark lipstick and it doesn't fade on the inside and it doesn't smear. And I want to know what lipstick they're
Gotta
wearing.
start tweeting at him. Ember might answer you.
No, not Ember. Ruby.
Oh, sorry.
Dear Ruby, what lipstick are you always wearing? I love it.
Take a photo of yourself in her shirt, in her Heidi Lovelace shirt, and be like, I'm trying to match my lipstick. Yeah, what kind is that?
Also, when, so Ruby Riott does that move where she, like, bounces her back off the ropes and then goes into, like, a monkey flip. And then Amber Moon just landed on her feet and it was so cool. It was so cool. Those were the two moments that I was like, I really like these moments. Also, Ruby Riott sold the Eclipse like a fucking motherfucker.
Oh my god, it was so amazing.
It was so good. I was like, is this the best?
She did like a reverse Ric Flair face bump almost. Went like stiff as a board and was just like, boom, right on the mat. It was so good.
A beautiful sell.
She sold the Eclipse in the same way that John Cena sells the Styles Clash. Like, she just knows how to take it. She knows exactly how to bump afterwards, like, to make it look super effective.
Well, the next week on NXT, it opened with Ember again, and it was Ember wrestling Lady Tapa. And it's obviously, like, Lady Tapa, she was big in other shows. Like, people know her, and they haven't changed her name. Just, like, when they would bring Kimberly in for, like, kind of a job. Like, we all know who Kimberly is, but, like, whatever. They have a pretty short job match, right? Lady Tapa comes out strong, but then Ember gets mad and like has her rally, and she hits the Eclipse. I've never seen somebody take the Eclipse worse. It looked like Lady Tapa like lost her balance and she just fell forward. It was rough. And I was like, I like you and you're a solid wrestler, but like, what the fuck was that? What the holy fuck was that? So, like, just a comparison of, like...
stark contrast, too.
Right.
Watch them back-to-back.
Ruby sold it like a dream, and Lady Tapa just fell over. She literally, like, crumpled.
She's like Linda McMahon taking the stunner. She just, like, crumples.
Kinda. Except for it looked like more like she just lost her balance and fell forward. Because, you know, it brings you forward, and you're supposed to, like, pop up and fall, and I think she just actually fell forward. Which is not funny.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
If you can't take any other move, you should be able to take someone's finisher. Like, that should be... You should know how your match is
I mean, it
end.
made it look really brutal.
Just
look
knocked her
like she
ass
fucking
out.
killed her. There was a backstage segment with Ono and Itami. Ono's giving like an interview, and Itami's like, "Did you ask for a match?" He was like, "Yeah, I told you I was gonna take it to you, bitch." And then he just like kicked a trash can over. And then the following week, that was the main event. It was a good match, but then it ended in a DQ because Hideo Itami kicked him in the dick. He was like,
dick kicks.
"This match is too evenly matched. I don't know who's gonna win, and I hate you, so I'm just gonna kick you in the dick."
This is such a good heel turn. It's such a good slow
burn.
I fucking love it. It's
Yeah.
so effective. Like, we like knew he was gonna be a heel when he came back right away. He like threw that vibe real hard, but this feels so much more appropriate that it's like you get to re-know him and know him now as this person who's like, fuck you, fuck everybody, fuck all of you.
He kicks Ono in the dick. It's DQ. Ono's like, "Oh, my dick." And then he picks him up and picks him up. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's
GTS's
a big
him.
man.
Picks him up again and GTS's him.
Good lord.
And then goes to pick him up a third time, and then the ref is like, "Get the fuck out of here." He got GTS'd twice.
That's crazy.
And got kicked in the dick.
Chris, damn it. Cassius Ono weighs like 300 pounds.
I was thinking this the other day. I had such a good idea of if your name was Cassius, what your last name should be.
Me?
No, like a wrestler.
I was like, what?
It had something, it was like a money pun. Damn it. I felt so clever. This is what happens when you don't take notes on your walks, when you think of puns.
It's true.
Do you think Becky Lynch has a pun journal?
Yes, definitely.
Cassius King!
That's so funny. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Cassius King is a better name.
It is a much better name. I completely agree. That's so funny. I was like, I wonder if it's Cassius King. No, that's probably not it.
Oh, yeah, that's a great pun.
You're right. It is a better name. It's literally the first thing I thought of.
I guess it's more of like a drag king name. Like if I were to be a drag king, my name would be Cassius King.
Yes. Yes, you would.
Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna Google that, see if there's any drag kings that have that name. And if I ever want to do drag, I will be Cassius King.
You got it.
Both episodes had promos for the Street Profits. Mm-hmm. I'm liking those promos. One of them had
funny as fuck.
They're just standing on top of one of
on the bus.
No, on the like semi that has all the equipment.
Yeah.
He's on top of it, dancing, and one of them's below, and he's like, "I don't care. You don't want to come up here. It's fun up here." I'm all into that.
I like it.
It's so funny.
It looks like they're having fun.
Do you have Snapchat? Do you follow them?
I don't follow them. I should.
Yeah, look it up.
Is there no just Street Profits?
Yeah, Street Profits.
Okay.
There's also packages for Aleister Black, just like putting him over more.
Okay.
So they were like
propaganda pieces.
Propaganda pieces.
Okay.
So like, and remember, he is still undefeated. So.
That's true. Mm-hmm. He's a good new shirt too. I like it a lot.
Ooh, he's got a new shirt.
Yeah, it's black and it has like a ring of candles underneath it, and then his name with like the Pentagon symbol on it. It looks pretty good.
I like the white one. I know a lot of people complain because they were like, it's white, but like, it's a cool shirt. I like it. Shirt. I have it, obviously. I want that one.
I did not know you had that shirt.
Yeah, I bought it immediately. Are you kidding me? We went to NXT TakeOver Chicago, and I saw the shirts, and I was like, I'm going to go online, and I'm going to buy the women's cut right now.
Good call.
And I did.
And I did.
And I did. On NXT from 2 weeks ago, there was a match between Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. I just wrote one word. Damn. They beat the shit out of each other. Also, I had this thought. It looked like if you were in therapy, and they were like, I want you to imagine fighting your demon. Because they, like, look really similar. And in my head, I was like, Oney Lorcan is, like, this, like, man who's in therapy. And the therapist is like, imagine beating up your, like, subconscious. And his subconscious is Danny Burch. So he's, like, slightly more attracted than him. Slightly taller. And it was just, like, an internal, like, fight. But Oney won, right? But then at the end, Danny Burch was like, one more time. And Oney was like, no, my demons.
They had a good match. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was a great match.
It was bloody. I don't give a fuck about Danny Burch, but I gave a fuck about Danny Burch in this match. He did a good job.
I feel like you didn't think that my, like, analogy of him fighting his inner demons was, like, good enough.
No, it was very good. I was trying to find the Street Profits, and there are several people named Street Profits, so I just need to make sure I know what their name is before I let them. So, I'm sorry, I was a little distracted. I think that was a great analogy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like they should use it, to be honest.
I mean... They could. God knows NXT does the weirdest bullshit.
God knows.
God knows.
Speaking of weird bullshit, this week on NXT, there was a Velveteen Dream match.
Fuck the Velveteen Dream.
It was Velveteen Dream.
Back on hating him.
This is Bononi, which is, I guess, the, like, new jobber.
Great. Whatever.
It was trash. Whatever. I don't care. He's, like, a fine wrestler. I just don't care.
I know.
I just get angry. He had, like, an interview afterwards, and he was like, I guess I'll talk to you because you dress kind of okay. And I was like, that's not the point.
Not Prince.
Not the point.
Not what Prince does. Prince would be like, oh, hey, girl, how's it going? Let me tell you all about how good I am.
Or he'd be like, I have this dress that would look so good on you.
Yes.
Would you like me to put it on you?
Yes, exactly.
That's what he would do.
He had one good tweet where he had the character down and then was just like, nah, bin it. I don't need that.
I don't need that shit. Well, the previous week, No Way Jose fought Cesar Bononi. He won, and then Thea and Cien came out, and Cien took out Bononi because he's the one that, like, beat him. Whatever. And then Thea is so hilarious. And her name's like Selena now? I don't know. But she just like got in his face. And then this week, I'm just going back and forth. This week there was like one of those like I'm walking up to the performance center segments, which are dumb. But it was Jose.
I'm in the parking lot. I have a suitcase.
Jose was walking up and then Thea came up and was like, you lit a fire under Cien. And that's not great for you. But I also want to thank you for lighting a fire under him. But also... it's not great for you.
I love it. I think it's great.
They haven't, like, to my knowledge, they haven't yet said that she's his sister. It still just seems that she's, like, his girl.
Yeah, it's weird, because, like, the stuff that I heard about her being his sister was, like, during the last set of tapings, that's what people backstage were saying, is that she was his sister. But they haven't actually announced it on, like, in canon.
Well, this week was the first time that they used her name, like, instead of, like, who's that woman with him?
Yeah, so I wonder if, like, that was originally the plan, and they just have moved away from that, since it seems way more vague now. Like, I guess she could be his girlfriend, but they also, like, it doesn't really feel like they have a sexual relationship, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's something that they'll reveal. It could also be a very interesting way to reveal that, to have people be like, you just want to fuck this girl, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, bitch, I'm his sister. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bitch, I'm his sister. Drewboo had a match with Killian where the audience was chanting shave your back to Killian.
Fuck Full Sail. Sometimes they are just the fucking worst.
I love this match, though. Killian lost, but he did look really strong because it took a Future Shock DDT and 2 Claymores to get him down.
Yeah, it was a fucking great match.
Also, Drewboo's #1 contender, so he looked so good at the end when he was like, rah! Yeah, I'm into that. And then the following week, he gave the, like, most Drew promo ever. He was like, I was supposed to be the golden boy, and then I wasn't the golden boy, and then I went on the indies, and I was the hardest working man in the world, but this isn't Bobby Roode's NXT, it's that guy's NXT, and that kid's NXT, it's our NXT, I am Drew McIntyre, voice of the people.
God damn it.
That's the only promo he knows how to give.
It really is. But
he's really good at it.
That's why I'm sour on him, because he's my first indie betrayal. I saw him give that speech to an AEW crowd.
But here's the thing, like, that's the speech he gives everywhere. That's his speech.
Here's the thing. I interrogated my feelings on this and was like, what is it about this specifically that has made me really dislike him? And I figured it out. The reason that it bothered me so much is because that was Chris Hero's last AAW show and Heidi's last AAW show, and he went on after them and then used that platform to talk about how he wouldn't leave and he wasn't going to NXT even though these two people were, and then literally a week later he signed with them. That's why I'm sour about it.
Yeah, but if you didn't know you were going to sign with them, wouldn't you also use that as fodder for your promo?
What do you mean he didn't know he was going to sign with them? You think they just showed up at his door and were like, sign a contract now? And he was like, yes, okay. It takes like 3 months to do wellness exams. Like, he knew that he was totally using that opportunity to take away from them leaving.
To me, that sounds like great wrestling.
I mean, if he was a heel. So at least I, like, figured it out, and I can, like, separate from that a little bit.
Drewboo's my boo.
I just won't watch that promo, and I'll be fine with it.
I just won't watch that promo. Things that happen that do not correlate to the week prior. So this week, it was supposed to be AOP versus 2 jobbers. Their last names were Bumpers and Ramos. There's a wrestler with the last name Bumpers, just so we're...
Oh, no, honey.
Yeah, his name is Bumpers.
Listen, you and Husky Harris need to head off into the sunset together.
Bumpers!
Unacceptable name.
As AOP... So they started in the ring, and then as AOP were making their entrance, and they're on the ramp, Nikki Cross comes out and just, like, puts her hands up and is like, no. Just stand there. And they're like, what? Who are you? Why are you here? And she's just like wet and laughing and crazy. And then Sanity, so Killian and not Eric Young, the other one.
Alexander Wolf.
Him.
Yes.
They beat down Bumpers and Ramos.
Okay.
So they like throw the match out, right? And then AOP gets mad and then they like push past Nikki, who's just laughing the whole time, like, I'm here, I'm crazy. I'm literally 1/3 your size. And so then there's chaos in the ring, and then Nikki pulls Sanity out, and Killian keeps trying to go in, and she's like, no, not yet. So I think at TakeOver Brooklyn, we're going to get AOP versus Sanity, which will be dope.
Okay.
Especially if Nikki's on the outside versus, like, Paul Ellering.
Where the fuck is Eric Young?
I don't know.
I don't understand. He's been gone for so long. Like, is he injured?
He hasn't been gone for that long.
When was the last time we saw him?
He gave a promo the week before Nikki and Asuka fought.
I mean, that was a minute ago.
Yeah, I guess.
That was like a month.
I don't know. He's a mastermind behind the scenes.
Well, the reason I asked that is because, I mean, we'll talk more about this later, but I feel like Sanity might be the people behind the Breezango attacks. It makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But Eric Young is a singles wrestler, so I don't know how they would do that transition. But the next pay-per-view for Battleground is SummerSlam, so it's
for SmackDown.
Yes,
you said Battleground.
Or sorry, for SmackDown is SummerSlam, which is the day after TakeOver. So like, they could challenge for the tag belts, lose to Authors of Pain, and then show up and challenge Breezango. Like, that could be an interesting way to transition that whole group up, too. And, like, Nikki's probably never going to win the title at NXT and is ready to leave. Like, they could move that whole group up right now. And
I never ever want them to break up Sanity.
I don't either. And also, I think we all kind of forget that Killian Dane is not actually a tag wrestler. He's going to be a singles wrestler once the guy with the dreadlocks comes back. He's been injured for like 6 months, and that's why Killian became part of the tag team. So I have a feeling like he's ready to come up, and they'll just move everybody all up together. And like, why not? They need people. Why not fucking do it?
That's a good theory.
So I have a feeling that might be what's happening, unless, like, who the fuck else? We'll talk about it once we get to SmackDown. We have to get all the way through fucking Battleground first.
What do you think Bumpers is going to do?
Living his best life.
Oh, also, it became official that Ember is the number 1 contender.
Okay. Good.
Good.
I'm ready for her to win the title.
Yeah, I think she will at TakeOver Brooklyn. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Do you want to talk about Battleground?
Yeah, let's do it, I guess.
Did you not like Battleground?
I did. I enjoyed it because I was so surprised so many times, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? But there were, like, a bunch of weird endings and a bunch of, like, what the fuck is happening? And, like, there were some questionable booking decisions, but overall, I did enjoy it.
What? Can only think of one that felt weird. And that's the end of KO and AJ, because it, like, just felt weird. Like, the count was off.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it just felt like a go home to SummerSlam. Like, the Nakamura Baron match ended, like, oh, okay, this is done now. And then, like, the women's match, it was great until it was like boom, 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 one right after the other.
Yeah, but that's how elimination matches go.
Well, not all the time. That's the thing, is like, I feel like they could have done a better job with that. And so in that regards, it was like, what? And then Natty won, and it was like, what the fuck is happening? So it was stuff like that, where it was just like, there were a bunch of, and like, good surprising too, like the Ascension being hilarious, surprising, amazing. So
they've been like, very funny lately.
So it's been like, it was like a mixed bag pay-per-view for me, where I was like, I'm surprised by a lot of this. Some of it I like. Some of it I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, that's fair. I do like this feud between Ty and Aiden English, though.
I do too. They're both doing a great job. The wrestling is good. I love it. It's great.
Nick pointed this out. Aiden English is such a good heel because he's a very talented wrestler and he's in good shape, but he's also just like kind of ugly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So like, cause he's in really good shape.
Ridiculously good shape.
But he's like, you know, he's like Neville. Like,
yeah.
It like in our weird lizard brains, sometimes it's like, oh, but is that guy Superman or whatever? Like, yeah. It works for them to be heels. And also his gimmick, like, if you had been watching NXT back when he was doing this gimmick,
that's how I got into NXT, was this gimmick.
I know, but like, you would never think that this would work on a main roster. And it
does.
Totally is.
It totally is.
And the fact that they're like giving it time,
yes,
is great.
Absolutely. I like that both shows have a dude who cold opens singing now, and they're
yeah,
so different.
They're so different. I didn't even think about that.
I love it. I think it's great. And like, I love the Shakespeare of song. I love that he's like such a dick, and he's good. He's a really good singer, so it's like even more irritating. Like, I love his gear. I love that he had Starry Night gear. I love that he has Sunday in the Park gear now.
I love that, like, the commentary is like, he wanted us to tell you that this is a painting by Surratt. Like,
I love it.
So funny.
I love it.
The opening match was the New Day versus the Usos. That match was so fucking good. It was good. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston.
I know.
And Biggie good. On the outside. And Biggie is never on the outside.
Ever. Mm-mm. He's always the enforcer. I love it. I feel like what's happening is that they are trying to reestablish that Xavier Woods has credibility as a wrestler, so that he and Kofi can be the tag team and Biggie can have a singles run and they can freebird everything.
Yeah.
They've been pointed in that direction for a super long time. And good. Fucking good. I love Xavier and I love him as their manager, but he's a great wrestler.
He's a great wrestler. And also, like, I think it was very important that he's the one that pinned one of the Usos for the belts.
I completely agree. Totally agree.
It was such a fucking good match. I think everybody was like, oh, this will be good. They're all good wrestlers. But everyone was like, holy shit.
It was so good.
Like, elbow drop across the entire fucking ring.
Oh my god, it was so good.
That was a goddamn thing of beauty. It was majestic.
It was so fun.
He looked like a literal unicorn. It was majestic.
I fucking loved it. It was so funny, too, because Michael's like, Xavier's the worst of the three of them. No. I don't think he's a great wrestler. And I was like, Michael, you're an idiot. Shut the fuck up. And he was like, I don't know.
You should just get it tattooed to your forehead.
Right? Like, bitch, get over it.
Tattoo to your forehead and then get bangs. And then every time Michael's being a dick, you just scoop your bangs up and stare at him.
Right? Bitch, don't try it. I wish. I wish I had bitch, don't try it on my forehead just for my whole life. So I could, like, sweep my bangs back and stare in people's eyes like, oh, this lady's crazy.
That's so funny.
But he's, like, talking shit about Xavier, and then, like, literally moments later, he hits this fucking crazy elbow drop, and I was just like, huh? What was that? What'd you have to say? Anything? What was that? He was like, shut up, Aaron.
And you were like,
never.
shut up.
Ever. I'll never shut up.
Why should I shut up when I'm right all the time?
Right, exactly.
Maybe you should shut up, Michael. That's what I'm saying. The women's match was a 5-way elimination match, and Natty won that shit.
I said out loud, when it came down to her and Charlotte, I was like, oh, well, I guess Charlotte's winning, because there's no way Natty's going to win.
I know,
and then
tweeted,
Natty
like,
won!
I tweeted like 15 seconds before Natty won, like, I kind of want Natty to win this. Like, nothing she won. And then she won, and I was like, well, I'm a genius.
Right? Like, I was actually really
Natty,
happy about it.
I'm glad, because I'm glad that Charlotte still looks strong and is still like the queen and everything, but she's not an inevitability now. I'm happy about that.
Yes, I agree.
And also, like, Natty and Naomi have really good in-ring chemistry.
Yes, they
do.
do.
And anytime, I don't know if you've noticed, but anytime Naomi is trying a new move, it's always with Natty.
A lot of people do that with Natty. Like, Natty was the one that Nikki trained with when she was coming back. Like, Natty is a solid wrestler. Like, she's not the best wrestler among all of them, but she is technically solid.
She understands the fundamentals of wrestling.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
like, she can do new shit and try new stuff, and it's like, you know.
Exactly. And she also excels on big stages, too. Like, she's very good at stepping up when she needs to.
Also, her character development in the past 6 months has been great.
Her strut out to the, like, knowing now that she was gonna win and she knew she was gonna win, it makes a little more sense, but her strut out to the ring for this match was just like, bitch, I got this.
Also,
like,
her bit on Talking
so
Smack
confident.
afterwards was great. She did a
confident.
great job.
I did not watch Talking Smack because I don't like Jerry Lawler. It's like,
I don't either, but I like enjoy all the insanity. Like, it was another just Kevin Owens being mean to Renee Young. And then
my favorite.
It was all heels because it was Kevin Owens and it was Natty and it was Jinder. It was a lot for Renee.
Poor Renee.
Poor Renee.
Yeah, all of them and Jerry Lawler. Ugh.
I do like that Becky eliminated too, and it was nice that Charlotte like got a quick pin on Becky because like. Yeah. I think the quick elimination in this storytelling actually worked well.
I agree.
Becky got Lana and Tamina, who are a package deal right now, out quickly. Yes. And then while Becky was like blindly celebrating, her best friend like snuck attack her. Mm-hmm. And then you think like, oh well, it's Charlotte, obviously. Like maybe it was Charlotte, and then like, nope, boop, it's Natty. Like I think I get what you're saying, but I think for this particular match, like it worked.
I almost feel like I would agree with that. I wish they would have given 4 more minutes to Charlotte and Natty.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that would have felt more even, because then I think that you could have built that anticipation, like, how's she going to do it? Is she going to hit the natural selection? Is she going to hit the figure 8? And then Natty wins after even all that time to be like, what?
That's true. I will concede to that.
So, mix of both. It was a good match. The ending was not booked correctly, but overall, I think that the decision of who they booked in what order was correct.
We kind of already talked about the women's match on SmackDown. Like, it was Becky and Charlotte versus Lana and Tamina. Lana got pinned.
It was a mess.
Tamina was mad. Apparently Lana was actually IRL mad.
Yeah.
Becky and Charlotte were like, whatever.
Also, that was great character work from Tamina when she was leaving the ring. Like,
she
what the
scary.
fuck is wrong? Yes, she did.
She looked really
legit scary. I want her and Lana to have a match, and I want Tamina to beat the piss out of her.
Also, I don't know if this is new gear for Becky, but this is my favorite gear for Becky.
I like
gray,
it a lot, yeah.
The gray makes her orange hair pop, and then, like, the little orange flecks in her short. Like, it's her best gear.
And it's a mix of the, like, leather and lace in a way that...
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way that actually works.
Right, it's not just, like, a lace bodysuit that you're like, oh,
what is happening?
What are you doing?
Yeah. Kevin Owens defeated AJ Styles for the belt.
What the fuck happened?
It was... Oh, I thought it was a good match, and then Kevin threw AJ into the ref, so you think, like, oh, there's gonna be shenanigans, whatever, and then there was no shenanigans, and then the slowest roll-up.
It was so weird.
It was so awkward.
I don't understand. Was AJ not supposed to win on Sunday?
Was Kevin not supposed to throw AJ into the ref? Did the ref get in the way?
I don't know, because it did feel... You're right, there was no interference during it, and it felt like there really should have been. Like, something should have really happened then, and nothing did, and so it felt like it drew even more attention to that. But both of them seemed...
Felt like one of the three of them missed their mark.
Something
went wrong.
Well, but the other thing is, I wonder if the ref got hit and then was like, I just have to play this up now? Because he was moving very slowly, but too slowly to have been, like, if he had a concussion, maybe he would have moved that slowly. But it was even slow for that. And if he had an actual concussion, there's another ref on the outside of the ring that they would have actually replaced him.
Yeah.
Like, that has happened in the past. And, like, they, right away, will get that person out of the ring. So I feel like it had to be at least somewhat intentional that it was so fucking slow. But
it was also so weird.
Yeah, also, like...
Like, AJ's not going to kick out of a 6 count? That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's AJ Styles.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. I just had a thought. I wonder if maybe he had a malfunction with his earpiece. Because he was, like, curled in the corner for a really long
maybe
time.
Maybe it popped off.
So, I feel like that would explain, like, if his wireless pack got caught on something and then, like... Because he was over in the corners next to the rope. If, like, your pack got caught on the ropes and you had to reset it.
That's true.
And I wasn't really looking or paying attention to that, so I don't know if that's something that happened.
And if, like, Kevin and AJ were, like, not paying attention to the ref, and they were like, where's this pin?
Yeah, what the fuck is happening?
Where's this pin?
So, I don't know. It was really fucking weird.
It was weird, but the next night, it was dope. Because Kevin comes out and is like, I'm Kevin. I'm the best smarmy heel.
All right.
I will do an open challenge, but not right now because I'm Kevin Owens and I have to relax. And then fucking AJ comes out and it's like, no, you have to rematch me because I have this contract, blah, blah, blah. And then Jericho's just like, oh, hey, do you love my headband?
I'm back, bitches.
His headband is my everything.
His hair is so beautiful right now.
It looks like, so good.
I know. It's like a little bit longer than it normally is. So it's like feathery and very blonde. And that headband, I love it. I think it's
love
great.
the headband.
I like that he has clearly been drinking a shitload of beer on tour because he has like hard dad bod again. Once he's on the road doing DDP yoga every day, he'll be back to his super ripped dad
I like
bod.
that he doesn't care. He's like, I'm Chris Jericho.
Right? He's like, I just came back from my rock store tour. I'm gonna do whatever
my
I want.
salts will always look beautiful.
Right? It looks beautiful. He put on a fucking great ass match right out of the
that
gate.
match with the 3 of them was fucking great.
It was excellent.
It was so good. It was just like the 3 of them doing the things that they do best. And also like I just like have to wipe away a tear every time he does a fucking lion salt. I think it's so pretty.
I know. He's so
it like
good at
hovers in the air. It's so pretty.
He has such a good arch. He's so good at it.
That sequence,
all that yoga.
All that fucking yoga. That sequence when it was like, I mean, I didn't write down the sequence, but it was like AJ hit, a phenomenal forearm, and then Kevin kicked, AJ hit Kevin, and then Jericho hit AJ, and then Kevin hit Jericho, and then AJ hit Kevin, and then, like, it was just, like, so perfectly timed. It was, like, Codebreaker, Enziguri, Pele kick, super kick. It was, I don't know, I mean, I know that there are other wrestlers on the roster that can do that, but, like, it was just, like, the 3 of them in, like, peak form.
I agree.
And the fact that AJ won the title back from, like, Jericho took, like, 2 finishers, took, like, a Kevin's finisher and then, like, an AJ finisher. And then Kevin was clearly going to pin Jericho. Like, Jericho was down for the count, and then he just gets pushed out of the way. AJ steals his pin. That's perfect. Like, Jericho looked really good out of the bat.
Yes.
We don't have to relive the Festival of Friendship. It's still Kevin versus AJ. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a great way to bring Jericho back, make him kind of relevant, but also continue the story with Kevin and
you
AJ.
Can move Chris on to do other things.
Yeah.
With anybody.
Chris Jericho can do literally anything. He is literally the greatest of all time.
What if Chris Jericho and Eric Young had a thing? They don't have anyone else that they could pair Eric Young with.
That would be weird, and I would be into it.
I would be so into that. They're so different.
They're so different.
Yeah, I love it. I thought that they did a great job. It's funny because I was at first when AJ won the #1 contender, I was like, I'm already bored with Kevin and AJ, and like now I'm excited because I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, true.
They said
because AJ won it back. Like it was one. I love when they do that when it just like hot potatoes for a second.
Yeah, and apparently the U.S. title has changed 7 times in 2017, and I'm like, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
That title can change that much.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not like the Cruiserweight title, which is like trying to rebuild a division, or the Universal title, which is a brand new flagship championship. Like those ones, like it makes sense to have stability in there. The United States Championship, who fucking cares?
Right? And John Cena put in the work to make it a belt that you could do that kind of shit with, too. And, like, the fact that they do it through Open Challenge and sometimes people win through Open Challenge is exciting, and I like that a lot. So, I read that when AJ lost at Battleground, that he would have had the shortest United States title run in history, but then Kevin Owens lost 2 days later, and so now he has the shortest run in United States belt history, which is...
Breaking records, Kevin Owens.
Good job, Kevin Owens. You're getting shit done, man.
Longest reigning Universal Championship, shortest reigning... Oh, okay. Well, was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Brock has passed him.
I don't think so.
Brock went 90 days without defending it, so...
Kevin had it for a while.
I mean...
I don't know, who cares?
Not that long.
No, because on Talking Smack that night, he said, I'm still the longest reigning Universal Champion.
Okay.
I mean, he could be wrong. I don't think
that's
so.
That's also true. I wonder if by the time they get to SummerSlam, maybe then he'll be the longest reigning Universal.
Ugh, fuck
Who
Brock
gives a
Lesnar.
fuck? Who cares about Brock?
John Cena versus Rusev in a flag match.
Was this match extra trash?
It was so long. Also, you know what makes me laugh? Okay, we're having this match, like, flag match, our country's pride. Let's just throw these flags on the ground a bunch.
I thought the same thing. When the American flag came down, like, John Cena was so careful not to touch the ground because he's, like, military. I mean, like, good. That's good. He's supposed to be, like, the America man. Don't let the flag touch the ground. Good job. You did a good job with that. But then, it comes down and they're just like, fuck this bitch, throw it on the ground. It was so weird.
Remember when, like, somebody got fined because they, like, dropped the Russian flag on the ground?
Yeah.
It's like, let's just step all over the Bulgarian flag. Like,
I believe it was Big Show got fined because he ripped the Russian flag down when they used to do those big flag drops.
Yeah, for Rusev.
The last time John Cena.
But it's fine. But it's fine in, like, a flag match because, like, I guess that's just part of it. So we literally trash these flags. Like, I'm not somebody, like, I will walk outside and burn an American flag right now. I don't care.
Fuck.
Not because I hate America, but because, like,
it's just cloth.
It's just a fucking flag, and it's like if it was like. You know,
if it's a flag that's used in a military processional, I understand. Like, that stuff is different.
But if I bought this flag at Target, like,
I can burn that shit all I want. I can
burn this flag if I want.
Yeah, I agree.
If I can wear a flag bikini, like, leave me alone.
Yes, exactly. It's like the difference between, like, holy bread that's been anointed by a priest and, like, a wafer out of a box. Yeah. Like, they're very different. I would treat them very differently.
I mean,
I respect that people have traditions in the church.
Yeah.
I don't believe in them, but I won't
go to your church and knock over your pew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay,
yes.
I get it.
Yes, exactly. That's the equivalent of the American flag. I will not knock over your pew in your church.
And then the next night, Jinder was given a, promo on his rug. Why does he get a rug?
Did we skip the Punjabi prison?
No, I'm just, like, going to the Cena thing.
Oh, okay.
Cena was like, hey.
He gives all of his promos on a rug. His limo drives up over a rug.
It's so weird, though. Like,
he's like, I have this really nice Persian rug.
Yeah, I was like, rugs are not an Indian thing. Are rugs is it supposed to be like a magic carpet? Like, that's,
oh, no.
That's offensive, right?
Yes.
The rug to me is, like, way more offensive than a lot of things that have been happening. It seems very misguided. Don't like the rug.
Apparently, Jinder has creative control over most things with his character now, so I hope that he picked that rug out.
Maybe Jinder just loves rugs.
Like, yeah,
he's
right?
Like,
he was
this is a character
that's
choice.
A beautiful rug.
Anyway, Cena and was like, oh, you disrespecting this title. I just loved, like, I was not watching. I was doing something on Tuesday night, and I just saw, like, my Twitter being like, there's no way for this not to be racist.
Right. Jinder doesn't even say anything bad. He's right all the time. You guys just hate me because I'm brown and I speak a different language. Yeah, that is why they're supposed to be.
Maybe if he said it, like, less mean.
I mean, I will say that is one thing that I think Randy Orton got right in their feud, that he was like, Jinder thinks everyone hates him because he's diversity. People hate him because he's an asshole. Like, yeah, that is how we should be playing this.
Yeah.
That is the correct direction to take this.
Agreed. At Battleground, Sami Zayn fought Mike Kanellis.
I wanted this match to be really good, and it was just kind of like a match.
Blah.
Yeah, it was just a match that happened. I
feel
thought
like
they
had
good character work.
I love Mike and Maria, and I think they are great characters, but I think this is a thing where they have a great character, and they don't know what to do with them.
Yes, I agree. I feel like putting them as Sammy is the right move right now, because they don't know what to do with Sammy ever, and they can continue to have.
And it says that Sammy won.
Yes,
and then on the following
night,
to
see their new gear with her face on
all over
both of their backs.
All over it. It's so
funny. I love it.
So funny.
Oh, I love it.
Well, the following night, it was Aiden English and Mike Kanellis versus, I always want to say Mike Bennett, versus Ty and Sammy. Mm-hmm. Sammy pinned Mike again, so that's 2. But, like, that works for the Maria Mike thing. Like, they only ever win by cheating.
Yes.
Like, that's their
They're
deal.
good heels. They're both very good heels. And I like, too, the fucking Maria got in the ring for this match and, like, didn't get thrown out for some reason, but,
she gets in the ring all the time, and she's like, I'm just the boss.
I just am here.
Whenever Maria gets thrown out, though, it's the best, because she has the best reaction.
So good. She has, like, Maurice-level tantrums. That is the SummerSlam, or
Maurice wishes she had Maria Kanellis tantrums.
Her mom stomp is very solid.
Maria's face is, like...
That's true.
So
Maria has a different kind of meltdown. Maurice's mom stomp is second to none. Like, that is excellent. She's the best mom stomp around, for sure. I worked all year on this clock! Stop, 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 stop. That's the Survivor Series match that I want. That's the crossover show I want. Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis versus The Miz and Maurice. Like, I need to see these promos. I want to see them wrestle each other. I feel like they would put on great matches. I want to see Maurice and Maria on the outside, battling each other. I need this. I need this in my life.
It's not gonna happen, probably.
I know. WrestleMania. They'll switch the title back.
Oh, I forgot to write down Nakamura and Baron.
They had a decent match. It's...
Do you think if you didn't know who Nakamura was that you would be, like, high on him?
I think that I would still like him a lot because his character is really good and his wrestling is very good. But they clearly just have him on a really short leash. It's really weird. Like, I wish they would just let him run. Like, he clearly demonstrated that he can do WWE style and have room to do himself in NXT. Like, he did a great job down there. And then it just feels like... At first, I liked the idea that they were only using him selectively as a wrestler, and that it was all about character. But they don't really even let him build his own character. Like, they interrupt him all the time, and it's, like, a joke that he doesn't speak a bunch of English. Like, I feel like they just are really mishandling it, and I'm surprised, because SmackDown felt like the right place for him.
But he is going to have that match with Cena next week.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's going to be amazing. I have wanted to see Cena and Nakamura for a long time, and I'm, like, here for it. I think that they'll have a fucking great match. But I also saw somebody point out that this is, I think, a good benchmark for, like, both of them can be amazing. And if they have anything less than, like, an amazing match, I think that it speaks to how curbed Nakamura is being outside of NXT on the main roster.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, a little nervous for it, because I feel like at the end I might be like, man, Nakamura's never going to have the matches that he had before, which would be really disappointing. True. But I also think it's important to remember that Nakamura is older. Like, he's in his late 30s. Like, part of it is just that he is an older dude now, and, like, his style is going to continue to change over, like,
so is AJ.
Fight. Yeah, that's true. I mean, so is Cena, but I think it depends on the kind of style that you wrestle as well.
Yeah.
Like, strong style is a hard road to hoe for, like, 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna fuck your knees up and shit, too. So, and I think that that's part of it. And I like that Nakamura is being used to help elevate people, and I think Baron is getting better with him, but I just want Nakamura to have great matches. Do you think Nakamura is gonna win against Cena and then go on to face Jinder?
No.
Yeah.
I think Cena's gonna go on to face Jinder, but I don't think that he'll win against Jinder.
Yeah, I can see that. But it also sort of feels like they're building to... Well, I guess now they're doing that Fatal 4-Way for Raw. Because it felt like they were building to Roman and Cena for a minute. Because they've been doing, like, cross-promotional stuff online where they're, like, indicating that they're going to have a match.
Maybe they'll do that for, like, Survivor or something.
Yeah.
But I don't... I think it's going to be Cena. Which... yeah. But also, like, is, like... Even though it's a dumb story and it's a played out story, I don't know what is the story between Nakamura and Jinder.
Yeah. Two foreign dudes, who gets to win? Good foreign, bad foreign.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess that would be kind of good in some ways to be like, he's foreign and we like him. Give him the belt. We're also expanding in Japan.
Fandango is stolen.
Yes. That was fucking scary. What the fuck was that?
It's supposed to be X-Files. It's supposed to be creepy.
Yeah, I know, but that was, like, extra creepy.
It's like very Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, it was very, oh my god, what is that movie called? Paranormal Activity, with the, like, steady cam, and then they, it reminded me of a scene at the end of the woman who is in Dexter. She plays the sister. She used to be married to Michael C. Hall.
She's the worst.
She's the worst.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
No.
She was in that movie.
Really? I didn't know that.
She was Emily Rose.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, she was in, it was a first-person camera, and it was about quarantine, I think it was called. It's a first-person shooter. It's a first-person shot horror film where she's inside of a apartment building, and she's running like an expose, and then they find out that everyone in the building has rabies, and then everybody fucking dies. And at the very end, it's her camera her news camera that she's been speaking into, and she's in the attic. She's like lying on the ground crying in the dark, but you have the night vision on, and then this rabies person drops from the ceiling and just yanks her away. And that's what it felt like at the end, that like steady cam shot.
Except for like funnier than that.
But it wasn't. It was fucking scary. Like they got attacked.
How can you go see scary movies if you thought that was scary? I'm terrified of everything, and I did not think that was scary.
Well, the reason that I liked it because it reminded me of that scene, but because of that like long steady cam shot where it's like, are we looking at a still? What are we looking at? And then it was like jerk, 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 and because it wasn't a slick grab, it was the like jerking motion that freaked me out. Like, ooh, what the fuck is this?
Because Nikki Cross is so little.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, oh god, I want it to be Sanity so bad. Like, who else could it be? I honestly don't know. I can't think of anybody else that would feel appropriate to like continue attacking people and to like creepy grab them in the night, like.
Unless it's like the Wyatts.
I'm gonna be so disappointed if it's the Wyatts.
I mean...
Oh my god, I hope not. We haven't seen Luke Harper in a minute. I guess that's true.
We're growing.
Ugh, I really hope not. Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, it's the Wyatts.
Oh, you're probably right. Oh no.
Jinder won the Punjabi prison match.
How did you feel about the Punjabi prison match?
I really like the Singh brothers.
I do too. I was really surprised that they were under there. Like, I figured they would get involved, but I was not expecting them to pull Jinder through the door.
I really like the Singh brothers. I think that they did a great job. Also, I'm surprised that they're still alive and their backs aren't broken.
Yeah, seriously.
Randy Orton doesn't care about them.
No, he doesn't care about them at all.
He wants them to legitimately die.
Yeah. He doesn't want them to die. He just doesn't care. Which might be worse.
Yeah.
At least then he would think of them as people to die if he wanted them to die.
I like the first part of the cage bit. And I like them pulling him out. Once it started to get on the second part of the cage bit and both the Singh brothers were taken out and it was just like Jinder and Randy, I didn't love it. And then the Great Khali coming out was a big shock.
It was shocking.
And it worked in the moment. But then, you know, you have that moment where your stomach drops out and you're like, does that mean that Khali is back?
Yes.
Because if it's a one-time thing, great.
Or if he's just part of he's just like an enforcer. I'm there for him being his, like, bruiser. I could get down with that. I don't want to see him wrestle ever, but if he's just there as, like, additional muscle, I'm into that. I think that could be very interesting.
I did think Randy sold a lot of that stuff really well. Like, his, like, flip over the top and, like...
That was great.
Yeah, he did a great job.
That was excellent. I will say, I wish that... Part of this is because Randy's very tall. He's, like, 6'8". It did not look difficult to jump from one cage to the other. As he was climbing, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna jump over, it's called this. And then it was like, oh, your legs are so long.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine it would be if Drew McIntyre tried to step over. Like,
Drew McIntyre would just walk over.
Right? La 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 la. Yeah, so I feel like somebody smaller maybe would have been more effective for the, like, jump and grab, but I did like that he was like, boop, 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 boop.
I do like on Talking Smack how they were like, well, Jinder, like, you had help, and he was like, because we have each other's backs. Like, I represent this country, and we take care of each other.
1 billion people.
1.3 billion people?
Yes.
They said it a lot.
Maybe 0.3 don't support him. I'm just gonna give,
okay,
like...
round down.
I'm gonna round down, just to be safe.
Definitely. Other things that happened on SmackDown that I want to talk about is Carmella has a free Ellsworth shirt, and it is great.
Oh, Carmella. She's doing such a good job.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
That's it.
Yes.
I just wanted to talk about that.
Okay, good.
Because that shirt is hilarious. And she's doing a good job. Mm. Also, Naomi's hair is braided again, and it looks great.
Ugh, great.
Naomi.
She looks great.
Naomi's the best.
It's true.
So here's the thing with Raw. I had this epiphany this week.
Yes.
I feel like I chose sides so hard that I genuinely and honestly can never tell if Raw is good or not.
It's weird because I enjoy watching Raw, but I watch it with my friends every week, and so it's also like a community experience, and part of the reason I enjoy it is because we get real stoned and rip on it, and like, this is really dumb, but this is exciting, and it like, so I feel like I can't really be objective about whether Raw is good.
If it's good or not. I like legitimately have no idea.
It's one of those things too that once it's over, if I don't take notes, I don't remember a fucking thing that happened.
Good thing I'm here.
Well, yes, very true.
Remember when we did this podcast and we didn't take notes, and half of the podcast would be like,
Remember when you got mad someone told us we should take notes?
Yeah, he had a great point.
Yeah, he did have a very good point.
I don't like to be told what to do.
Right? You need to take several months later and then pretend it's your own idea.
Yeah. So I don't know if this was a good show or not. There were good moments, I guess.
I weirdly really enjoyed the strange commercial with the Hardy Boys and Bailey because both of them are so bad.
All three of them were awful.
Jeff and Bailey in particular are very bad.
Matt was fine.
Matt was holding it together.
But we're also like used to Matt being weird.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like, okay.
It's like, you're being so well spoken right now that I don't know how to react to you.
Jeff Hardy was just like, oh, you're not talking about us? So terrible. There was a picture of him on WWE Instagram today, and it was like him with no shirt on because it's for their like tattoo show or whatever. And the way my phone was, it looked like he was naked. And I was like, did WWE just post a naked photo of Jeff Hardy? Then I scrolled down and he had pants on. But I was like, my brain definitely was like, Jeff Hardy is naked right now.
All right.
In two ways, the show opened with Angle being like, my son.
I love my fake black son.
And then Braun came out and was like, I don't care about your son.
I love it.
I literally, like, what are we doing?
Oh, let's also quickly talk about Smacking Talk, the bootleg version of Talking Smack, because it's related to this.
We're fucking... Daniel Bryan was like, I'm your father. And Gable was like, you are 5 years older than me. And Daniel Bryan was like, I was a very virile child. And then,
I was like, oh, too far.
And then Renee goes, Gable, were you a virile child? And he goes, well, of course I was.
I love that he was like, let's open this paternity test together. And there's just a hand scrawled, I am your father. I love
that Gable just was like, Smacking Talk needs a lot of work.
Yeah, I liked it. And I like too that Renee and Daniel like looked like very awkward in the beginning, like, all right, we snuck into this hallway and stole this camera. It was really good. I really like it. I hope that they continue to do that. I hope
they continue to do it too.
It was only like 5 minutes and that was fine.
Yeah.
Like that, you can start with that. That's cool.
I agree. Braun came out and was like, I don't care about your son. I just want to beat up Brock Lesnar. And then Joe came out and was like, no. I'm going to fight Brock Lesnar. And then Roman came out and was like, big dog. This my yard. I beat Brock Lesnar. That's my voice for Roman. They fought. And then Angle was like, oh my God, you can all fight him. Just get away from me.
Basically. Like, and Joe was like, you come back here. And Angle was like, no. She like threw the mic on
and then which was great.
Yeah.
I also love that Angle was like, I've changed my mind. I want Angle's gimmick to just be like completely changing his mind on I want it to be like, you know, Sasha will be like, hey, I think we should have this match. And he'll be like, we should have that match. And then Bayley will be like, no, I think we should have this match. And we're like, you're right, we should have that match. And he like can't make up his mind.
I love it. I think
that would be great.
I feel like Kurt Angle is doing such a great job right now. Like, he is so committed to everything. And like, I know he's always been that way, but it is like delightful to watch. I love it. I think it's great. I love the Jason Jordan fake black son thing because Kurt is so committed to it. I absolutely love it. Did you see that Jason Jordan has been signing his name? Because you have to, it's your stage name, so you have to like learn your scrawl, like your signature. And so he can sign Jason.
I know, I can sign Cell Cheeks.
That wasn't for you, that was for the audience. I know you know. So he
gotta
can
practice Cash is King. K's are hard.
K's are hard. So he can do Jason Jordan super fine, but now all of his photos that he signed just have his Jason Jordan scrawl and then Angle right underneath of that, which I fucking love. I hope that he gets better at it so it becomes like an actual signature, but I love the idea that he's like, gotta learn how to write this, and so I'm just gonna write every single letter out. Like, it's so funny to me. I love it. They're both just so committed. I think they're doing a great job.
Oh, also the whole locker room had to pull everybody apart.
Oh, yes. Oh, I was going to say, I like the idea, too, that Kurt was like, I was just here to talk about my son's debut on Raw, and y'all ruined it, and fine. I'm just so irritated with you. I'll deal with you later.
The next match was the Drifter versus Finn in a no disqualification match. They have really good matches.
They do.
They have like good chemistry.
I don't
weirdly,
care, but I enjoy it. Like,
yeah,
I'm confused about where this is going.
I like the opening.
To Bray.
I like the opening, and then I like the end. And everything in the middle I know is good, but I'm like, well, whatever. But they do have good chemistry.
Yes, I agree. They have really good matches together, but it feels like this was just like a pin until we got to Bray. And
also, I like when Bray sneaks out and Sister Abigail's people really quickly.
Yeah, I agree. And like, I'm also at the point too where like, I want the Demon versus Bray. I want Finn to lose to Bray on a show, like a Raw show, and then come out as the Demon at a pay-per-view and beat him. And that feels like an appropriate way for Bray to take a loss. Like, Bray took so many terrible losses for so long that, like, after all this build-up, you really need to give him an appropriate loss. And, like, to have the Demon be the only one who can beat him feels very appropriate.
Yeah. So Angle was talking to Renee in a backstage interview about Jason Jordan.
Yes.
And then Emma comes up and it was like, hi, so I'm also a part of this roster. I would like a match. And he was like, and she was like, I mean, if you don't give me a match, maybe I'll just start dating your son. And
Which
he was
is like the scariest thing a white woman can ever tell you. Like, that is a threat. That is a straight up threat.
And then he was just like, fine, you want a match? You get Naya.
Right?
Get out of my face.
So irritated.
Everybody is just working my nerves. I just want to talk about my son.
I loved Renee's face when Emma said that too, like,
Alexa gave a good backstage interview, trash talking, what you call them, the gag reflex club, or gag reflex friends.
I did not hear that.
Yeah. Alexa's great. Her makeup was a lot this week, though. I was
Her
like...
makeup is always a lot.
I know, but this week it was like a lot.
Does she airbrush it on? It sort of looks like she does.
I mean, she doesn't do it.
Well, yes, true. That's a good point.
Enzo and Cass fought again with the Big Show.
Why?
Again.
Why?
Because they broke them up because they were like, this will totally be a good thing. And then they were like, shit, we don't know what to do. But Big Show, go do stuff. Big Show, go do stuff. Yeah, who cares?
Woof.
Nia and Emma had that match. Mm-hmm. Emma got some good licks in, but Nia literally just ran over her.
Oh, yeah. That match ended in, like, less than 3 minutes. That was, like, a Divas length match.
But it was, like, appropriate. Like,
yeah, it did.
I want better matches? Yes. But that, like, storyline-wise was appropriate.
Yes, I agree. I want to see more out of Emma, but I will take
more Emma,
any
tiny
screen
gloves,
time I can
more
get.
Emma, tiny gloves. Tozawa gave an interview where he threw a 2-year-old temper tantrum.
Oh my god, it was so good.
He's just walking through the hallways.
I want my match now! No! I'm fine!
I don't quit! I never quit! You quit!
Yeah, he said that he was supposed to have a match with Daivari, and Titus was like,
I got it canceled.
No! Stop! Stop this, Tozawa. Stop it. So I was like, I'm fine! I will wrestle! I fucking love it! I love it. I love it so much.
Tozawa goes out to the ring and is basically like, Daivari, get your ass out here right now. Neville comes down and is like, no.
Yeah.
Remember how I'm the king of the cruiserweights? And remember how I'm the one that messed your shoulder up first? And then Tozawa was like, I don't care! Took Neville out. And then Daivari came out, took Tozawa out, and took Neville out. Mm-hmm. And then the next week, I guess we didn't talk about 205 Live, but 205 Live from 2 weeks ago, the main event was Tozawa versus Daivari. Tozawa won with like a quick roll-up, but then Daivari beat the shit out of him.
Yes.
The following week, so this week, Neville opened it with a promo that was like, oh, Daivari, you think that you're somebody? Mm-hmm. No, you're not somebody. I'm a somebody. Neville's like doing this thing where he's starting to talk so slow. In his interviews, it is like Kristen, what's her name in the Twilight movies, slow. It's just like, I pause between every word.
Listen, wrestling Shatner, you need to speed up your cadence a little bit.
It's not even like Shatner. It's just like pausing. It's not even like good. I don't
even
understand.
Good pausing.
Yeah, Shatner pausing is classic pausing. You can't talk bad about William Shatner on this podcast, okay?
Okay, all right.
You understand me?
Just violently flip your page.
There's a backstage segment with Sasha and Bailey where they were like, we'll be friends, but like, I'm better than you. But like, no, but I'm better than you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, did we talk about the Barbie dolls?
No, we didn't.
We didn't.
Mattel introduced a line of Barbie dolls based on female superstars. I'm so here for it. I think it's fantastic. It's awesome.
I want them all.
I'm like stuttering. I'm so excited about it.
I mean, I cannot wait to have the Brie Bella one.
I'm so excited. I want the Becky
Also,
Lynch one.
Naomi is getting one next spring too.
Yeah, there are other ones that are going to be introduced as well, which is good.
This was clearly in the works for a while because Eva Marie has
I
one.
know, right? Not even affiliated with them. I like how she's like making that chingle changle. I'm not even part of your fucking roster anymore.
I got black hair now, bitches.
All red. Give me that money. Yeah, I love it. I think it's great, and we've talked on the podcast before about how that they will know that they're serious about women as an audience once they start to shift brand wise to incorporate more women, and this is a great start for that. Like, Mattel needs to boost their Barbie sales. They made like $217 million in the first quarter of 2017. Like, they're not a fucking broke company, but they still also like. Barbie needs something new. And this is something new. This is a whole new audience that Barbie hasn't tapped into.
And each of them come with a wrestling gear and then like a
fashion gear.
Fashion gear.
Like a Tote Steve's gear, basically. It's like, here's your Tote Steve's gear, here's your respective show gear, which I like. I think is smart.
Yeah.
And also, like, they're the same proportions as other Barbies, so you can, like, dress them up in other Barbies' clothes. You can dress your other Barbies up as superstars, too. Like, this is good. This is a good thing. And it makes me very excited. I'm definitely going to buy at least one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, I wish I had like a young girl in my life that I could buy one for, but I don't.
4 young girls in my life.
Well,
I'm about to buy so many fucking wrestling Barbies.
All of them.
And all of their parents know that I'm a crazy person and are going to be like, all right, whatever, Erin.
I'm for sure getting the Brie one, and then when the Naomi one comes out, I'm for sure getting the Naomi one. Yeah. I haven't decided if I'm buying other ones.
I'm definitely getting the Becky one. I haven't decided about other ones yet. Maybe Charlotte. I kind of want a Charlotte one. Yeah,
that's fair. They had a match. Bayley versus Sasha with Alexa and commentary.
They had a great match. This
felt
like a return to NXT for them, which was great.
Bayley and Sasha are great in the ring together. They just are.
Yeah. And when they have this adversarial chemistry between them, that's when they're the best. When they both have to be like, we're friends and we're baby faces and like,
but this is a way for them to be quote friends and baby faces, but like there's something real on the line.
But this exactly like you're saying, there's something real on the line, and so they have this like adversary that feels organic. It's not just like, oh well, we have to face each other because of whatever reasons. It's like, I legit think I'm better than you and I'm still a good guy, so I'm just gonna be better than you. And it, like, I was surprised. I really thought
it was Sasha.
I really thought Sasha was gonna win. Good for them.
I think, and it was a quick roll up. She kicked out right at the right after the 3. I love when that happens because then there's like, it's not like a squash, or it still leaves the loser with like some validity.
So close, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I also like, am I hyped for Bayley versus Alexa like round 1,000? No, but am I hyped for how Alexa versus Sasha versus Bayley kind of falls apart?
Yes, definitely. And also, like, when we went to the NXT show last January, the afternoon one, Alexa and Bayley fought each other, and so, like, they had been fighting each other a long time, right? And they have an established history of really good chemistry.
And if it can just be like, this is a main stage SummerSlam thing instead of like, they just need to get away from the like, Bayley loves wrestling. Like, Sasha grew up loving wrestling, but we don't talk about that all the time. Like, we throw it in every once in a while, like, oh, she does the frog splash for Eddie Guerrero, her hero, but like, you know, we don't have to read her poetry every fucking time.
Yes,
like, it can't be like the only thing that heels do.
Right. And I feel like this is a good way for Bayley as an underdog, like, to get her redemption. Like, they really fucked up their story last time.
Like, Alexa as like a heel too, she can like try and focus on like still splitting Sasha and Bayley up and using all that psychology. Like, that can be Alexa's heel move. Like,
right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited about it. And like, I like it when I'm surprised. I like it when WWE actually surprises me. It's really nice, actually. Especially on Raw, which feels very predictable most of the time.
Yeah. Jason Jordan fought Kurt Hawkins. It went how you thought it was going to go.
I love Kurt Hawkins.
Are you serious?
Because I love that he always loses. I love that he's just like a super jobber. And he's so confident for no reason. And I've like totally come around on him. I didn't get it before when it was like, I'm super confident and it's because I'm good. And now it's like, I like wasn't on board with that. And now I'm on board with like, I'm super confident. I'm a platform to the stars. Like, I love that. I think it's super funny. And I also, like, really want Kurt Hawkins and Emma to team up as, like, indignant superstars who are like, I will fight everyone, give me everyone, and just lose over and over and over again.
I'm gonna lose over and over again.
But it's because when they finally do win, it's so redemptive. And, like, when Kurt Hawkins finally wins in 3 years, it's gonna feel amazing. And, like, I like that. I like that storytelling that they're doing with him. It feels consistent. And I like that. I like when... Like, I like things to be surprising, but I like characters to be consistent. And I feel like they're doing a good job with that with him.
This match between the Club versus Revival, which was fun.
It was fun.
I love that the Club was like, we were bald first.
I know!
So.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, it was a little hard to keep track of who was who. I was like, who the fuck? Bunch of bald men. It's a bunch of bald men of varying sizes.
In, like, black and white.
Exactly. They were all, like, dressed very similarly.
The Hardys also got involved. It seems like very much like their tag team on Raw. I mean, yeah, I guess like on SmackDown, they got their shit together. It was floundering for a while. Their tag division on Raw is kind of like, what is happening?
Yeah, they felt that way for a while.
But like the four of them, or the like three of them kind of like bouncing back and forth, I think works for now.
And I feel like part of the problem with the Raw tag division is that they put together Sheamus and Cesaro as like, we don't know what to do with these guys. And then the Hardys came back and they were like, oh, fuck. Now we have this tag team that's not really a tag team, and we have these legends that we have to, like,
well, Cesaro and Sheamus haven't even been doing anything.
Yeah, and they're the tag champs. That's why it's weird.
It's got that Brock Lesnar treatment.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
The main event was the Miz Taraj, all three of them, versus Dean and Seth. Earlier in the night, Dean and Seth had a backstage segment where Seth was like, come on, man, we can do this together. Let's strategize. And, like, it's 3 on 2. And Dean was like, it's 4 on 1.
I know.
Stab to the heart.
Ugh.
I thought it was a fun match. I love how, like, proud...
Curtis Axel.
I love how proud Curtis Axel is when he, like, does something good. He's like, I am good.
I know.
You know? I've been here. I'm good.
He is good.
He is good. I know. Everyone had good, like, character moments, whatever. Miz had the, like, running away moment. Yeah. Like, it worked. I love how fluidly Dean and Seth were, like, right back into, like, being a really good tag team. Because that lends itself well to the story of, like, we won. Seth wants to, like, pound it in the ring. We're buddies. And Dean's just
wants to do the Shield thing.
Yeah, and Dean's just like,
I
still fuck you.
I love that they're finally addressing this stuff. It feels like
I like that this is the Shield reunion. This Shield reunion that, like, Dean is like, I don't want this.
Yeah. Dean's like, bitch, you hit me with a chair.
I'll do it with Roman occasionally because we're, like, kind of friends still. But, like, fuck you.
He didn't turn on me. You turned on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that they're finally addressing this. I feel like that's part of the reason Seth as a good guy was so awkward for so long. It's like, bitch, you never apologized for this. Yeah. What the fuck?
And now he's, like, trying to make amends.
Yeah, now he, like, grovels and is, like, the saddest puppy. And it's like, good, you should be. You really did fuck up real bad.
Fucked up.
Ugh, I love it. This, like, makes me like him as a babyface.
Yeah, I agree.
We talked before about how AJ is one of the best in the world because he can be a heel and be fucking phenomenal, and he can be a face and he can be phenomenal, and it feels like Seth is getting that groove. Like, he's a great heel, but now he really feels like a good babyface. It feels like that character is so much more fun, because he was a heel in the indies. Like, he's never been, like, a big baby face.
Right.
So I like this. I like that he's finally started to get that groove. And, like, good. You're fucking amazing. Be amazing all the time.
Yeah. That's fair. There was a bunch of shit that happened on both 205 Lives, but the only thing that I kind of want to talk about was the Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak 2 out of 3 falls.
So good.
It was so good.
Oh, my God. It was so good.
I love Drew Gulak. And I love Mustafa Ali. I love them
both of them. I love that we saw them in AEW all the time, and they feel like different wrestlers almost. Like, they're doing such different stuff, and, like, they're operating in this WWE style, which is very different from their independent styles, and they're both doing a fucking great job. Yeah. Ugh, it was
I'm very
so good.
interested to see what happens to their characters going forward. Like, Mustafa Ali will obviously just, like, move on to something else, but I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with Drew Gulak.
Yeah. I feel like... At first,
he's had a pretty big evolution on 205 Live.
Yeah, and
everyone's kind of had, like, a moment in the sun, except for Lindsay Dorado and, like, Grand Metalik.
Yeah.
Sorry, bros.
Sorry, bros. That sucks.
Like, do you guys even go here anymore?
I like Lindsay Dorado, too. That's sad.
I hate that guy's mask. I've never been able to get over the mask.
They changed it.
The teeth.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
I don't like it.
I know.
It's scarred.
That's probably why they got rid of it, because everybody hated it so much.
It was not great.
Poor Lindsay. Oh well. Anyway, yes, I'm excited to see what they do with Drew. I feel like at first I thought that this gimmick couldn't go on forever, and the more he does it, the more I feel
he's
like
really good at it.
He is really good at it, and I feel like he could keep doing this for a super long time. I don't know who they're gonna pair him with next. Who else is a like notorious high flyer? T.J. Perkins?
I mean, they all kind of are.
Well, yeah, but like Mustafa is an especially high flyer.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why they started with him. Like,
well, Kendrick's in a feud with Gallagher.
Right. So neither of them.
TJP and Rich Swann are in a feud.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Davari Tozawa and Neville have like a roundabout right now. Mm-hmm. And Tony Nese and Cedric Alexander don't have anything right now. Like they teamed up this week.
Cedric Alexander and Drew Gulak. Cedric does a lot of high fly shit, and like part of his thing is that he's a little bit bigger than everybody else. He's like the end of the division basically, other than Neville, who does not weigh 205 pounds.
Nick said that the other day. He was like, if Neville weighs 205 pounds, then I am the king.
Like, I remember once I watched a pay-per-view with you guys, and Dean Ambrose came out, and they announced him as 225 pounds, and Nick indignantly yelled, if he's 225 pounds, I'm the king of Spain!
Nick just wants to be the king of something.
He is convinced that people are lying about their weight, and he's gonna be king.
they are lying about
their weight. But he's gonna be king because of it.
Got it. Hey, you gotta get what's yours.
It's true. It's damn true. But I feel like Cedric and Gulak could have great matches because we've seen them have great matches before. Yeah, so true. I'm like in for that.
So you did not watch Lucha from this week?
No, I did not.
So we won't talk about it because that's one that you like, you want to know.
I do not want to.
It's so funny because I was watching on the train and this guy like tapped me on the shoulder and he was like, "I'm sorry, I really don't want any spoilers." He was like, "I did not think I would have to ask anybody this. Could you move your phone?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'll move my phone."
Oh, that's so funny. What a hilarious thing.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Not last night, but a week ago, it opened with Puma on the roof, like, brooding and thinking about his death and, like, what's going to happen. And Vampiro was basically like, you know how to make those voices go away? Get the belt. If you don't get the belt, you're basically going to go insane. Hey, sorry I brought you back to life. Get that belt. Bye.
Right. I like how Puma was like, fuck you, I'm not going to do what you want. And then as soon as he left, he was like, I got to get that belt.
And then he was like, Master. Really quietly. There was a match between Cage and Pindar. It was a match for the Cueto Cup, and it ended in a very quick DQ because Cage would not take his gauntlet off, and he just punched the ref.
Which I love. I took one note on Lucha Underground this week, and it was on that match, and it's that ref has a PhD, which I did not know, and was like, oh shit, okay, cool.
There's a new ref on NXT, and he has no facial expressions. Like, when he holds somebody's hand up, he looks like a deer in headlights. He's just, like, staring. Like, I don't know if he, like, can't have a facial expression while listening to something in his ear, and he's, like, listening, and it's like, I don't know what to do. But I'm always like, you're ref, you're not supposed to pull attention, but, like, do something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
do something.
Smize, at
Literally
least.
anything.
Smile with your eyes.
There was another Cueto Cup match between Son of Havoc versus Dante Fox.
It was good.
I mean, everything Dante Fox does is good.
Everything Son of Havoc does is good.
Yeah, but Dante Fox is like, I feel like he's such an underrated wrestler. He's so fucking good.
He was the first match at my first show at AAW.
He's
so good. He is
that move
so
where
good.
he like runs up the post and does a flip. It's my favorite move. Oh, I love that move so much. Son of Madness interfered.
Of course.
Madness happening.
Madness.
Chaos happening. And then there's, I don't know what the movie is called when it's not done by John Cena, but it's like the Attitude Adjustment.
Yeah.
Havoc onto the apron. And then Dante wins. And Dante was like, fine, whatever, I'll win if you want to do this for me.
Yeah.
Cool. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Worldwide Underground has an agent now. Love that. I love that. Was it PJ Black came in and he was like,
what the fuck?
What is happening? And Mundo's like, yeah, we got this agent. He's gonna do stuff for us.
He's gonna make this happen.
PJ's like, okay, everybody's on board. And everyone's like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
PJ's like, okay. And he's like very like a caricature of an agent, which is funny. Because later at the end of the episode, there's a segment where like Dario Cueto and his phone keeps ringing. He keeps just hanging up. And he's like, PJ, come in. Your agent has called me 20 times demanding,
17 times.
demanding another match, and PJ had a funny line. He was like, but the match just ended.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know. So next week, you can have a match against Rey Mysterio. Just, like, get your agent off.
Get him out of my face.
PJ was like, yeah, all right, agent.
Right?
This is great.
And then you see Benjamin, what's his name, on Dario's cell phone, like, he got his number because he disconnected his phone, and so Dario just threw his phone in the trash. He's like, I'm done with this.
So, like, if you throw your phone in the trash, it still rings.
I know. It's not really effective.
The final match was Puma versus PJ. Puma obviously won.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
It was a fun episode. This episode from last night was really good.
I'm excited to watch it.
It was really good.
I was going to try and watch it at work, and then...
No, it's fine. I just thought I think last night's episode was, like, really good. You got great scene with Son of Madness and Havoc. There's a fun Rabbit Tribe scene. There's a great Katrina and Pentagon scene.
Yes!
Like, the wrestling is really good, but, like, the backstage segments were just, like, yeah.
Those are some of my favorite Lucha episodes where you get, like, the
tons
background.
of backstage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the matches were great. And then there's a match between Pentagon and Drago, and the ending is, like, great.
Good. Cool.
Yeah. Actually, like, the whole episode... actually, all three of the matches, now I think about it, have, like, interesting endings.
Cool.
So it's, like, 3 matches with interesting endings and, like, 3 really good backstage segments. It's, like, a really solid episode.
Cool. I think I'm going to watch it tomorrow morning.
Katrina forever.
Yeah.
I know that some people are sour on Lucha or, like, don't watch anymore because they're like, we don't know the future, blah, blah, but, like, I still really enjoy it.
Right, and I said before, too, like, for now, I'm going to keep watching. And, like, I've been really enjoying it so far, and, like, we'll see what happens after this season ends and they go forward.
Right.
Like, but for right now, I'm happy with it. I think that they're doing it, like, they also filmed this shit, like, a year ago.
A million years ago, yeah.
So that's part of it, is it's, like, I know that the problems that are affecting Lucha and AAA right now, like, it's not like those just materialized out of nowhere in the last year, but, like, when this stuff was being taped, it's not what is happening right now. And
right.
so it's, like, hard to separate that stuff sometimes. Lucha is hard. It is hard to watch Lucha sometimes because it is very difficult sometimes to separate that it happened so long ago.
True.
So that can be difficult with them, and I understand when people cannot make that disconnect.
Yeah, totally.
I totally understand.
But as a standalone show, like, I find it to be, like, one of the most entertaining shows that I watch.
A good example of that is Global Force Wrestling. Like, because of the shit that's going on now, I know that these tapings are going to be airing until October. I'm not going to watch it in October.
Right.
Because I, like, understand the circumstances of what's happening there.
Well, that's it.
All right. Do
so
we have
much
any
wrestling
stuff?
We do not have any stuff.
All right. Well, fuck you, Demis. Where the hell's our shit?
Well, we didn't ask for questions.
I know, it's true. Because we recorded it a day late. It's true.
Relax. Don't insult our listeners.
I mean, I insult them every week by being unprepared, so...
I don't.
I know. It's true.
I'm the glue that holds us all together.
That is not a lie.
You can find us on the internet. I'm at Stella_Cheeks.
I'm at Urgency.
You can find us on notyourdemographic.tumblr.com, and you can also find us on cagesidedseats.com.
You can email us. Send us an email. We haven't gotten one in a minute.
You say that every week. We
I
haven't
know.
gotten one in a minute.
I know. And
we haven't gotten one in a minute.
And have we gotten one? No. No, we have not. I don't know why.
Because when we ask for questions, we kind of just ask for them on Twitter.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could send us a nice email and tell us how we've positively affected your life. We like to hear that stuff.
I don't know, gifts?
Yeah, send us some gifts, I guess.
Send us whatever. That's not a dick.
Yeah, please don't send us a dick. I do not want unsolicited dicks. I don't really want unsolicited vaginas either, but I guess I'll take that over a dick. If you want to send me your vagina, I don't know. That's weird, too. You can do that at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
Please find us on iTunes, where you can rate, review, and subscribe to us.
Yes, please do.
If you listen on other platforms, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how those work.
Google Play? I don't know. I don't understand.
Party.
I don't understand how that shit works.
Whatever.
We'll see you
next. We didn't do any, like, fun things. We didn't do, like, a
we
song or, like, a fuck, marry, kill.
No, we didn't do fuck, marry, kill. Can you think of one off the top of your head?
Let's do the new Total Diva girls.
Okay.
Nia, Carmella, and Alexa.
Fuck Carmella, marry Nia, kill Alexa. Alexa's a Disney girl, so you don't want to marry that.
Yeah, but...
Given a choice.
Carmella seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's why you fuck her and move on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Definitely marry Nia.
Yeah, for sure. Chill as fuck, seems super fun.
Yeah, but if my only problem with Alexa is that she's a Disney girl, I'm like, just...
It's true. You can
having
fuck her
sex
as well.
with her.
That's true.
She's got such a good butt. I saw a person IRL today who has like an Alexa Bliss butt, and I was like, I'm just staring at this woman's butt. I need to move along. But I was like, I know that butt. Anyways.
Oh, perfect.
Dummies.
Yeah. About the match? I don't know.
The Eclipse.
Oh.
Sorry. We took a huge pause.
Yeah, sorry. We had to turn it off for a second.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to cut that out.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain what's going to happen.
Fine.
You dumbass.
Popping. It takes on a whole new meaning when you're driving impaired by pills and get popped by the police. If our drug recognition officers catch you driving under the influence of drugs or prescription meds, you'll get a suspended license, up to $6,300 in fines, and possibly jail time. A DUI always costs you, and it's never worth it. Don't let a DUI redefine you. Visit arrivealive.de.com/drivesober. Popping. It takes on a whole new meaning when you're driving impaired by pills and get popped by the police. If our drug recognition officers catch you driving under the influence of drugs or prescription meds, you'll get a suspended license, up to $6,300 in fines, and possibly jail time. A DUI always costs you, and it's never worth it. Don't let a DUI redefine you. Visit arrivealive.de.com/drivesober.